This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on lrodvinetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodvinetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodvinetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thirsty Topics. Hey, Meryl.
Hey.
How are you doing this week?
I'm doing very good, very good. I'm announcing that I'm dedicating this one to earlier this week, my boyfriend's dog passed away, Rocco. So this is in memoriam. But this is the one that I've talked about before, that I didn't really like him that much. So, of course, oh my God, that's so funny. My video just went out. That's a ghost of Rocco haunting me. See,
You don't like to talk about it.
Exactly. So we're sad for my boyfriend, but we're happy for me because of. I mean, we're not happy, but anyway. Even though I didn't really like him that much. Yeah. What a weird tribute I just did. Anyway, we'll move on.
Hopefully your boyfriend doesn't see the first part of this.
No, he doesn't watch it. Exactly. We'll edit out the parts where I just say like tribute Rocco, and that's it.
Well, we're going to start off with a very interesting topic. So, the sheriff department perp walks a 10-year-old boy on social media for threatening to bring a gun to school. So in a shocking image, a 10-year-old boy was led out of a police car in handcuffs and taken down a walkway. In ankle shackles, he was placed in a holding cell. The sheriff says the student was arrested after making a threat that he would bring a gun to school. Sheriff Mike Chitwood of Volusia County, Florida, posted the video of the perp walk on Instagram without blurring the minor's face, a decision that stirred controversy, according to Inside Edition, who spoke to the boy's attorney.
Oh my gosh.
This is interesting. I mean, I guess there's a lot of things to me that come to mind is, for one, I get it. You want to prove a point. The boy just made a threat. Okay. Now, as kids, we've said stuff that we know we're not going to do and stuff like that. I think this was way over the top, personally. And then not only to put him in handcuffs and shackle his legs, but then you put the video on Instagram. I think that's way over the top. What do you think, Meryl?
I agree with you too. I feel like, as a 10-year-old, I could think of a bunch of things I did that I didn't agree with, or that I think a talking to is enough. I don't think putting it on social media seems right. And that actually seems dangerous for him too, and maybe even something that could go viral. I mean, it did go viral and like be with him forever and ever, even as a later adult. So I agree with you. I don't think it should have been on social media.
And, the other thing that bothers me too is, and again, I'm not saying this is an excuse, but why did he feel he needs to threaten someone? Typically, you see that, not all the time, but the majority of the time, that person's being bullied. Kids today, because of the bullying, is getting much, much more sadistic, much more, much more just crazy all around. Kids are snapping. Thank God he didn't actually bring something to school, but I think that we need to find out, because that's a great PR move. It looks great. Oh, people are talking about it, but you're not fixing the problem of why he made the threat in the first place. Because
Exactly.
don't fix that problem. And this is me talking, not as a host of the show, but as a father. If you don't get to the root of what the problem is, this little charade you just did don't do anything. So now what's going to happen is instead of the kids saying that what they're going to do, they're just going to flat out do it.
Yeah.
Because you haven't fixed the problem.
Exactly. And I could even see how, because I feel like they were going for one of those, the show Scared Straight, where they
Yeah.
show like the corrections officers and everything. And yeah, but I feel like they were going for that. But also, I could see this almost backfiring and making other kids like also want to get a perp walk, or, it's like, oh, okay, I'm cool and I'm tough. And now like other kids are going to see this and either try to like mess with the police officers or try to like do it on their own too, if they're like laughing about it. So yeah, I think it's going to backfire for the wrong reasons.
I agree. And I don't know. I just have an issue with, using a child to get fame or get your 15 minutes of fame in the media. I think that's a horrible thing to do. And, the thing is, I guess my philosophy is, what if that's your kid that did that? Would you want them
Yeah,
perform as well? Sometimes you got to remember that what goes around does come back around.
exactly. Yep. So yeah, I think a talking to is good, and corrective care where it's like, okay, how can I repair this? How can I learn to be a better person in society and not like embarrassing people and humiliating them, even if they're, really young.
That's true. I mean, I know that there are certain areas of the country that doing this kind of stunt would get that police department a lot of legal issues. Um,
Yeah.
and we don't know what the parents are going to do. They may take legal issue against that sheriff department as well, because at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to, this is a 10-year-old child. He made a threat which he shouldn't have did, but then you have to think about, okay, how realistic is it? Because the parents said that this child has no access to guns. Okay, and they don't even own a gun in the house. So
Right.
if that's the case, 9 times out of 10, it's an empty threat. You know, you can't just arrest people for a threat if they have no way of committing it. And remember, this is a 10-year-old child. A 10-year-old child is different than a 13-year-old boy, and different than an 18-year-old boy, different than a 21-year-old man. So you have to
Yeah.
take context as well too. So
Yeah, definitely. And what you said, it's a child. Like, and children just say things all the time. I mean, of course, a gun is something to take very seriously, but teaching the consequences rather than embarrassing them is definitely important.
yeah, and let's not forget too, at that age, sometimes they repeat what they hear. The
Yeah.
same.
Yep.
So you also have to be careful what you say around children.
I know. Well, I think this would be punishment enough, is sending the 10-year-old onto a live weather report. So I love this kind of stuff when meteorologists and anchors and everything are able to slip everyday talk or even like code words into their little spiel. I think this was so funny. So meteorologist Nick Cozier went viral after viewers realized he had worked lyrics from Fetty Wap's Trap Queen into a live weather forecast. People reported that Cozier, who is already well known online as the dancing weatherman, had actually discussed possible lyric choices with Fetty Wap beforehand. He then delivered the forecast straight face while weaving in lines from the song, and the clip went viral. I love this so much, and so I think this is amazing. The internet loves this type of stuff, and I just think if I was like a news director, I would not be mad at him, because I feel like this brings 8,000 times the views that a normal weather report would bring. And like, this is the type of stuff that last week we talked about, pranks that like gone wrong. To me, this is the kind of like playful stuff that hurts no one, and it's silly and creative. So I love it. And weather reports can be boring, so why not like spice it up a little bit?
That's true. That's true. And the thing is, um, I know that song because I actually really like it. So I know the lyrics to the song. And just picturing him doing this, or any other newscaster, to the lyrics of this song is hilarious. I mean, it's
Right?
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
It'll give you a reason to watch the weather, though.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm not mad at this. I love when it's like, they say stuff, or especially I know there's one, this might even be the one, but there's one guy that takes requests from viewers and they'll say like, say the word Dalmatian or, something, and they'll know that that's like, okay, it's almost you're in on a secret joke with someone.
Nice, nice. Now that's actually pretty cool too. I mean, it's a great way because, like you say, weather reporters probably get the least amount of love versus all the other reporters in the news program.
Yeah.
Because most people watching like, okay, just get to the 5 day, just go.
Exactly. And it could be bored. I mean, I think they usually spice that up with women wearing like very tight dresses. Usually it's like really hot women that are making it. So I could see if you're a guy, you gotta step it up. It'd be fun if like our people told us what to say and we didn't tell the other one, and we were trying to guess like which was a lyric and which one wasn't.
That actually would be kind of fun. Now, speaking of fun, this is probably my favorite topic here. Wendy's is looking to hire a chief tasting officer.
Ooh.
Now, I actually thought that this was fake, so I actually went to the Wendy's site. I actually went to other media outlets, reputable outlets, and this is a real story. So, Wendy's is basically asking, hey, do you hate your job? Are you too iconic to be opening PDFs for your boss? Ever been told you're a personality hire? Do you care more about bacon than bottom lines? Are you more about JBC than KPI? Well, you're in luck. Wendy's is hiring a chief tasting officer. You'll help bring the vibes, taste, and creativity to the company in ways no one else can. Basically, you'll get paid to eat Wendy's, be chill, maybe make some content, and maybe even star in ads, whether it's quarterly vlogs, check-ins, taste trending, whatever. You'll make cheddar just like cheddar. How'd you like the way I did that, Meryl?
I love it. I'm ready. I was ready to sign up. I'm looking on LinkedIn of where I can apply.
And the crazy thing about this is I was amazed at how much they're paying. They're paying $100,000 for this job.
Wow.
So they're saying job type is dream, location is remote, travel is light, mostly to your local Wendy's and or the couch. Start ASAP. Required credentials, a human mouth. Okay, we all have that. A pulse, opinions, creativity, and taste.
Now, does it sound like they're hiring for one, or is this like a position that they're hiring in like each county or something?
So what I see, it's like it looks like it's for one, because basically it looks like it's some type of competition where you apply for it because you have to make a video and all that. So it looks like there's a competition, and then the winner of the competition gets this dream job here. So,
oh my God, that's so interesting. I wonder if like they get fired after a year, because obviously it's like, or if they just create content. I think for $100,000 a year, that's such smart advertising, because like we're talking about it. It's been national. Chances are they're going to pick someone that can really make viral videos, and the whole world will be like watching them. So for an investment for Wendy's for $100,000 a year after tax, before taxes, basically, I think that's so smart. And I can't wait to hear who gets it. I'm very interested.
And the other thing too, Meryl, is that whoever does get this role is not only going to make a really great living for 1 year. I don't know if this is more than 1 year, but I'm assuming it's just 1 year. If you start in some ads, that's extra money that you're making. And you're going to get that notoriety that's going to open up other opportunities too.
Exactly. So are we both applying or what?
We should, just for the hell of it. You never know.
I know. It's funny too, because maybe I feel like it will be good for someone to go back into their own video making, like someone that's already made a bunch of like what I eat in a day videos, and they include Wendy's. I'm sure there's a lot of creators that already have Wendy's in their kind of universe of content. So I feel like that would be a really good leg up. And it also just goes to show you, if you love a place, like start recording and start doing it now, because you never know when they might be hiring and looking for someone that's like well versed in it.
That is so true. That is so true. So yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break and add. No, I'm just kidding.
I have to say too, of all the fast food places, I'd want to work for Wendy's the most. Like I actually don't think I'd want to work full time for McDonald's or Burger King or like Taco Bell and stuff. Wendy's is the one that I think I could actually eat, like, often and not get so sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy's is very delicious. And the other thing about Wendy's too is there is no such thing as a healthy fast food restaurant, but they're not as bad as the others.
Yeah. And their options too are pretty good, like chicken nuggets, baked potato salads. Look at us, we're creating our own Wendy's ad. We should just send them this clip and be like, actually, we'll split the $100,000 and the work, and we'll be a team
Hey,
doing it.
I'm all in. I'm all in on
Me
that one.
too. We can each work 20 hours a week. It's perfect.
Oh, I love that.
Me too.
We should tag
Um,
Wendy's on this.
yeah, absolutely. We will tag them. Like, we're available. Okay, well, I thought this one was so funny. This video drew more than 17 million views on TikTok and 20 million Instagram views. A husband admitted to his wife that she was right after he tried fake nails for a day. So content creator Matthew Carter, his wife had challenged him to wear long press-on nails for a day after telling him he would never last. He tried it, documented the experience, and quickly learned that the everyday task became surprisingly hard. The video blew up online. People on TikTok and Instagram were laughing so hard watching him struggle with things like shoes, zippers, and just basic coordination. He ended up admitting his wife was right and said he could not even make it through the morning. So I think this is so funny because I love the little like kind of walk in my shoes challenges, but it also just shows how much goes into our beautiful or our beauty routines. I mean, there's a reason my nails are super short because I've tried very long fake nails and I just can't last either. Between typing and like, I don't know, I just feel like the whole time you just feel like that you, to me there's like something, it feels very synthetic. Like I felt that way about having at one point I had very ridiculous extensions too, and I am not the person that can upkeep them. So big props to any women or any person that can like have a lot of beauty things and keep up with it. I just am too disorganized.
Yeah, I definitely understand. And I guess my crazy thought is, what made him think that this stuff was not hard
I
to do?
know.
Really needed to do this? Find that out.
Exactly. Maybe his wife was like, I can't do this because of my nails. And it really is a thing. I just couldn't type. But I do think that like nails, that long, beautiful nails are so gorgeous. And like, I love seeing women with nails that like look part of their outfit, or it just makes you look so put together. But to me, like the time that it takes to do them and the upkeep is just not worth it for me personally.
Let me ask you this, Meryl, as a woman, do you think there's a such thing as too long of nails? Because I've seen some,
Oh, yeah.
they're getting like, wow, you know?
Oh yeah. That's what I love the Instagram is when the woman's talking and she's like, don't have a bad day. Like I love when it's like very, very long. But of course, but I do also think it's a sign of like, in a good way, I admire it because it almost to me signals like, not that women aren't working hard, but it's almost like a, not it's like a class thing, but it's almost like a, oh, I have long nails. That means I don't have to do a lot of like administrative stuff that would make my nails break. And to me, it's almost like a fancy woman type of thing. Cause it's like I can have long nails and just, live my life.
You know, that's a good point. That's a really good point. I mean, because there is a lot of jobs where the really, really long nails would be almost impossible to do. You know,
No, yeah. Or even like the very like I have friends that are very thoughtful and creative about the art that they put on their nails where it's like tiger's eye color or pink or whatever. And so um I love it, but that's not so, I don't think my boyfriend would like dismiss how hard it is to have long nails. If anything, it'd be so funny just to watch him try it for a day because I feel like he'd be scratching his head and
I would love to hear about that.
yeah. He'd probably break them. Actually, I don't want to know though, like the sanitary thing, because there's always the like, are you washing them? Like he'd have Taco Bell stuck in them.
Didn't even think about that one.
Exactly. Everyone needs to wash under their nails. That's why I don't want it.
Yes, 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 definitely. Well, my last topic of the day is actually a cautionary one. I'm quite sure everyone has heard by now, but LAPD has arrested a woman that shot at Rihanna's home in LA.
Yeah.
So, a Florida woman used an AR-15 style weapon in an attack on Rihanna's mansion, sources say. A 35-year-old woman fired approximately 10 shots at Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion Sunday from a vehicle, piercing the home's wall. Pop star who lives there with ASAP Rocky and their three young children was home at the time of the incident. No injuries were reported, and the suspect was arrested at the scene following the early Sunday afternoon incident. So, police identified the suspect as Ivana Ortiz. She's being held on a $10.2 million bail. Officials have not cited a motive for the attack. Los Angeles police responded to the report of the shooting at 1:21 p.m. Sunday in the Beverly Hills Post Office neighborhood. Popstar was home, the sources said. The suspect, Ivana um, Ortiz of Orlando, had several prior arrests in her home state, according to public records reviewed by the Times. Wow. I'm really glad that Rihanna is safe.
I know.
I mean, you know, the crazy thing, Meryl, is I don't know what could be done, if anything, to stop this because you can have all the security in the world, but if you have someone that has whatever going on, decides to just start shooting up your house, I mean, I don't know what can you do, you know?
I know. And of course, the conspiracy side of things are like, it's Jay-Z or it's this or that, or, or people were like, this also sounds like a side chick, maybe someone like from ASAP Rocky or whatever, who knows? But either way, it's so scary and like, yeah, just really, really terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad that because I know that some people say, well, you know, celebrities shouldn't be, you know, have their homes listed. It's not that they're listing their homes. I mean, in this day of technology, unfortunately, it's not really hard to find out where a celebrity lives, you know.
Yeah.
And with, you know, people kind of like the paparazzi and everybody following them, drones and everything like that, you know, it's almost like, yeah, they got this beautiful home, but it's almost like a prison because they have to pretty much stay in there or go to wherever they need to go to be safe. You know, they can't do normal things like everyday people, like, you know, taking a walk around the block, something that the average person does and enjoys. You know, a celebrity doesn't have that option.
Right. Yeah, that's really scary. And when you think about, I mean, who knows what happens behind the scenes, but to us, Rihanna stays like so much out of trouble and just kind of seems to mind her own business and is focused on her own business, like Fenty Beauty and stuff. So yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, that is scary. I just hope that that they deal with her, and this is the end of this, and this is just a one-off, and not something else bigger that we're not aware of.
Yeah, me too. Um, well, my last one, I don't know. I would not expect you to, but you're not watching the TV show Love Story with JFK about JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, are you?
Oh man, I missed that.
I wouldn't think in the middle of the Bears and football and all this kind of stuff that you'd be watching this kind of. It's very chick coded, and I say that as someone that is actively watching it. Um, but basically, I've heard of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy forever and ever. She was the one that was married to JFK Jr., and unfortunately, she also got killed in the plane crash many years ago with him. But now this new show on, I think, Netflix called Love Story is about her and JFK Jr. I mean, next week I may even pick this still as a topic because there's even the side conversation about how they're like completely portraying the actress Daryl Hannah wrong, and like Daryl Hannah just wrote something in the New York Times about how like not only is that not me, but they're just making up things. And she said she's never done drugs, and they show her using cocaine and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about this week is about how Carolyn's style is having a major fashion revival. And really she worked for Calvin Klein. So her style is very like minimalist, wearing a black tank top and black shirt. It's very New York chic. But it's also, we have to remember that she was like gorgeous and also very thin and very just like the type of body that like fits easily in a lot of nice clothes. Like I could put on her stuff and I just look like I'm shopping at Walmart and stuff. And so, I'm cute, but it's also it's a lot easier when you're like a tall, very thin person, just able to look a little better in like normal turtlenecks and everything. But it's funny watching girls on TikTok see in New York and be like, enough, everyone, stop trying to be her. You're not going to dress like her. So I guess my thing was like, do you have a fashion icon? Like, is there a guy that you see out in the world that really like inspires how you dress?
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on lrodtvnetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss in your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodtvnetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodtvnetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Well, that's a good question. There's actually probably like 2 or 3. I like Damon John.
Oh yeah, he dresses so nice.
He dresses very, very nice. I love the way he puts everything together. He has a great, unique style about himself. I like the way Steve Harvey dresses. He dresses really nice.
Yeah.
And even when he dresses down, he dresses pretty nice too. And then there's a couple more that I like as well too. I think that when a person wears an outfit, I'm sorry, they call it gear now. I don't know. Kids keep changing the terms. I don't know what it's called. But when they wear their nicer clothes, it's nice when it fits together and it feels like it's nice but also comfortable at the same time.
Exactly. You know who fits in that profile that I think you might, Michael B. Jordan, I feel like dresses really cool. And yeah, he always looks like so professional, but he'll throw in like a little flair and a little fun. And I think that's like, yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, because you want to look nice, but I know like for me and probably most other guys, you also want to be comfortable too. So looking nice and uncomfortable is not a good combination.
Exactly. And I think people have to remember the thing with this woman, with Carolyn Bessette, like she definitely dressed very minimally, but what I like is that she didn't have a ton of logos. It wasn't like tacky Gucci across her chest, and she wasn't trying to show everyone that she was wearing like, Prada or whatever. So if anything, it was very understated and high quality. So I think we don't need to dress exactly like her, but we can try to be more mindful about like the textiles that we use and everything. And I don't know, I just think people should also just try to develop your own fashion style, whether that means like colors that you like, or I think there's a lot of just trying to emulate like what's in now, whether it's a clean girl aesthetic or whatever. And I think people should try to like look inward and be like, what do I actually like?
Oh, I agree. I mean, the real thing is that with the exception of celebrities and other people, most wealthy people dress in regular clothes.
Yeah.
They can literally blend in. Okay. In fact, I have this story, and I probably said it before, talked about it before in a previous episode of years ago. I was in line at the bank, and this gentleman was in front of me. He went up to the counter, And the gentleman had on a members only jacket. I'm probably dating myself
Oh
here.
yeah, yep.
And
I
he had
love
on
it. Still cool.
and he had on some jeans. They were like super blue jeans with a generic label on them, but they were clean.
Oh
He looked, looked nice. The kind of person you literally would just walk past and not think anything about. And he told the person at the counter, I need to cash out the rest of my savings bonds, $3 million of it to finish my home.
oh my gosh, that's so baller.
$3 million to finish his home.
Oh my god.
So, eventually, I think a manager came up and they took him back to an office, obviously. But oh my God. But everybody, all of us just looked at each other like, wow. I mean, this is the guy
Yeah.
that literally you would walk right past and wouldn't give him a second thought.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And I feel like all the people that to me like look wealthy always look very like just clean and put together where they're not wearing huge, how you said they're wearing a nice jacket and nice blue jeans. It's not like disgusting and crusty, but it's also not like dripping in Balenciaga or whatever. Like that just kind of looks a little try hard. But also like if people like wearing luxury things and like showing off, I think that's awesome too. And I feel like that could also be its own form of like art and everything. I just think if it fits what the person wants, then that's cool,
I mean, I guess my philosophy is it's okay to spend your money on, if you want to buy very expensive clothing, very expensive shoes, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you can barely pay bills, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be doing that, because the real sad fact is that the majority of people that buy high-end labels are not rich people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the sad part,
Exactly.
And before people jump all over me, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with splurging and treating yourself. I'm not saying any of that. But don't jump up and say, oh, I'm broke. Life is hard. I can't do anything. As you talk to someone with $1,000 jeans on, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. And now like almost the same way with cars, like buying new from the Gucci site is so ridiculous because you can buy still so many not even used thrift things, but like new with tags off of other sites like Poshmark. There's another one like Vestiaire. There's Fashion File. Like there's a whole bunch of sites that I see where you can buy luxury items. Like the Real is one too, and you don't have to. You could spend like $200 on them, and they're still new. They're just pre-owned, and it's not gross or anything. It's just what it is. So yeah, but I also need to stop wearing like sad girl Target clothes every day because dressing nicely, even if it's not brand name, does make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, but you know what? If it's your style, I mean, I remember when Michelle Obama first became first lady, we learned that a lot of what she wore came out of Target.
That's true. But I don't know. My Target makes me feel just so depressed if I wear Target because I feel like I'm wearing just like what they want the masses to wear. Like it makes me feel too like a robot or like an NPC character.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know this is a little bit off topic, but I remember when Michelle Obama was being interviewed and she would say how she made like a midnight run to the local Walmart and how, she tried to get in there, get out, but people still knew who she was. And I'm like, okay, you going in there probably with like 5 to 10 Secret Service people. I'm quite sure
Yeah.
they're pretty fast,
Exactly. I'll tell you like the stuff that I get the most compliments on. I really love JCPenney, and before it like completely goes bankrupt, I feel like more people should check it out because they have really nice clothes there, and it's like ridiculously like it kind of has Walmart prices, but I feel like it's almost like a Nordstrom or a Macy's type of clothing still.
Oh wow. I haven't been in JCPenney in a long time, and the few times I've been in there, Meryl, I'm honestly surprised it's still open because I never see people in there. It's like always.
I know. Oh my God. So I was crying laughing yesterday. Someone made a TikTok where it was like what it's like shopping at Ross Dress for Less. And he was walking in, there was all these clothes on the floor that he was like falling over. Because it's like, why is everything always on the floor at Ross? And like he was tripping over couches and benches that were just like in the middle of the aisle.
I mean, you kind of wonder, like, so the employees just just said, forget it. They just give up.
Exactly. Everything is on the floor. And at one point he was like falling into a lamp and everything. And I just think that is like, it's so funny. So I feel like JCPenney's to me seems still like a manageable department store. And you're not tripping on the, on the goods or whatever. It's still good.
I always wondered that about stores though. And I'm sitting there when I see stuff all over the floor, I'm like, I know we're not the only ones seeing this here,
Yeah, because like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, those make me crazy because of like the fluorescent lights, and that makes me feel like I'm in like a sweatshop or something. Like I can just, it feels like cheap in there. But yeah, everyone check out JCPenney, and they have really good like athletic clothes too, like Champion, Reebok, all that kind of stuff.
That's definitely good to know.
They should sponsor us, JCPenney's and Wendy's. Are you listening?
That's right. Well, this has been a great show, but obviously we can't get out of here until we find out what's going on with you, Meryl.
Aw, so sweet. Thank you. I'm going to plug the same show that I did last time, which is Tuesday, March 31st at Flappers in Burbank. And it's called Miles Mates. And it's from my friend Miles, a really great comedian, and his friends. And I'm one of the mates.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Definitely come out, see Miles, see Meryl, and have a fantastic time.
Yeah, you'll be smiling because it's very smiley people. So you might not, you'll be laughing because it's funny too, but at the very least you'll form a smile.
There you go. And you don't have to fall over and close it, right?
Exactly. No, but they're actually, it's really funny because the venue is truly right next to a Ross Dress for Less. It's in between a Buffalo Wild Wings and a Ross Dress for Less, which if that doesn't tell you the caliber of everything, it should.
Sounds like a great time.
It is. I love it so much. I love Flappers in Burbank.
Well, everyone, thank you again for watching us, for listening to us, and always supporting us. We really appreciate it. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Meryl Klimo.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on elrodthenetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on elrodthenetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to elrodthenetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.